Namaste. I, Javian Narendra Kumar Char, Assistant Professor in Department of Computer Science and Engineering at Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. So this is the second session of Ubuntu. In the first session, I've shown how to install the Ubuntu operating system in a virtual box where the base machine is our Windows machine. So today we will continue with some basic commands which are used in our Linux operating system, and after that we will continue with the how to create a file, how to copy, move, and how to delete it, how to create a directory, how to create recursive directories, and something like that. So I'm gonna share my screen with you. So here we are again on the login screen. So I'll just log in into our operating system, and this is our terminal. So we are going to discuss about some basic commands to how to see information of our system. Yes, this is okay. First, so here are some commands. So the very first command we are using is to list all the contents in my current directory. So I just write the command ls. So these are all the directories and files in my current directory. So I can see these in graphical mode also. So this is the desktop documents download and these directories, and I can see all the here. After that, where am I right now? So I can check from pwd command. So I'm in home and Ubuntu /home/Ubuntu. So the Linux operating system basically lies with a file structure that is start with a slash. After that, some directories are there, and in home directory, a local user, or we can say a user, is created, and a password is set for that, or we can assign any kind of symbol or a letter or number for password. So let me first show you how the structure is. Okay, so we can see here in corner it's a slash here, and these are the directories in slash, just like we have bin. So all the commands are in the bin. In boot, so we have some boot files are there. In etc we have all the configurations. In home directory we have user that named ubuntu, and after that these are the directories so we have seen just right now. So these all the directories are under slash, and after that each directory defines some kind of word there. So we simply gonna move on the command line. So if we want to check a date, so we can check here. This is the date and this is the time when we are checking it. So if I want to see the calendar, so I simply type cal, and this will be the calendar of for this month. So this is very simple. So if I want to check who am I, who is the current user, so I simply check who am I, and this will tell you are ubuntu. And I just created an operating system with username ubuntu. So this is quite simple. Now if we want to check the manual of any command, so we have to check with man command. So man is used for manual. So if I want to check the manual of ls command, so I will simply write man space ls. So this will show the entire documentation of ls command, starting with name, just like list directory contents, and here is its synopsis and the description part. So these are the options we can use with ls command, and at the end we have some links and the copyright information for that. That pressing Q, we will return on the command line or our terminal. So if I want to see the history of commands, so I simply run the command history. So these are the 7 commands I run recently. Now, if I want to print something on my terminal, so what command I should use? So here is a command named echo, and the text which I want to print, just like hello world, enter. So the hello world will be printed on our terminal in the next line. Now, if I want to create a file, so I can use some different commands out there. So here I will use touch command. So touch and a file name. So I'm taking here file1 as a file name here. So file1 will be created. So just checking list. So file1 is created here. It is simple. So okay, so let me tell you first the options of ls command, so we can check some kind of permissions having here. So if I write ls space hyphen l, so all the files and directories are listed here also listed, but this is called long listing. So this permission starting with d will be the directory, and with hyphen will be the file. So it is simple, no need to understand in deep right now. Here is the user, and this is the group of this user, and this is the directory created at this date and time. Simple. Now I have created a file1, so I want to write something in it. So I can directly write anything to it from echo command. Just redirect it into file1 and enter. It is simple. So the hello world is saved in file1. So if I want to check what is written in file1, first it was empty, and right now I use cat command, cat, to see the contents of any file. So we can see here hello world is in this file. I can check it in a graphical mode with gedit command, gedit file1. So when I enter the command, a text editor will open. That's gedit, just like we use text editor in all Windows operating system. Here it's gedit. So hello world is here. So if I want to make changes in this, so I can write something hello hey, and I save it and I just close it. I can see the changes here also. So simply cat file1. So here are the changes. Is added to the file. It is simple to create a file. Anything we can write into the file, uh, and we can edit the file. So in the graphical mode, we can use gedit, and on the command line we use an editor that's name is vi. We will continue in the next session uh, for the vi command. So here we are seeing some basic commands for the file creating, and how to copy the file to a file to another file, and how to rename it. So now I want to copy the contents of file1 to a file1 to file2. So there are 2 files here. So I have to create a new file, touch file2, file2. File2 is created here. So I want first let me show you what's in file 2. It's empty, nothing in it. And in file 1, there is a text. I want to copy the text of file 1 to file 2. File 1, file 2. So we have to write the source first and destination after that. So cp is the command to copy a file's content to another file. Enter. And now check what's in file 2. All the uh, contents of file 1 are copied to file 2. It is simple. So if I want to change the name of file 2 to f2, so I can use mv command for that. So file 2, let me show you first. Is there any f2 file here? I don't see any f2 file here. So I want to rename file 2 to f2. So first one is the source file 2 and second one is the destination. And again list. So here is f2 and file 2 is not here right now because we have renamed the file 2 to f2. So we can see the contents of f2. These are the same as file 2. So it is simple to create a file, to view the contents of a file, to copy one file's contents to a second file, and to rename it. Now, if we want to create a directory, so I'm creating here with mkdir command a directory dir1 here. So we can see there is no dir1 here. I'm making a directory dir1 and I'm checking it by listing. So a dir1 is created here, dir1. So it's simple to create a directory with mkdir command. We have to write the name of directory after it. Now, if I want to go into this directory, that dir1, so I simply use the change directory command, cd command. So I'll cd dir1. Yes, enter. So now I'm in dir1. So I can check where am I. So I'm in home/ubuntu and dir1. I can create files here. I can create directories here. I can remove the directory. So all the operations we will do, right? We'll do here. So I'm just creating another directory mkdir and d1, enter. Simply listing d1 is created. So if I want to remove a directory, so I will simply use rmdir command and directory name, enter. So it is deleted. But what if I'm having a directory with some files? Let me show you some. I'm again creating a directory with d1 and I'm changing to d1. I'm creating some files here, touch f1 and f2. F1 and f2 are created in d1. So I'm going into parent directory. So these two dots are used for parent directory. Now I'm in dir1. So if I want to, if I try to remove the directory I have created earlier, so it will show directory is not empty. So this rmdir command is only used to remove an empty directory only. If I have some contents in it, I have to remove all the contents first. So how to delete a file? So simply use, we can see these are two files here. So simply use rm command for that. rm f2, enter, and by listing we can see f2 is deleted. It is simple. If I am removing f1 also, the directory is empty. I am moving to the parent directory and rmdir d1. Now see, d1 is deleted. If I want to delete all the files in any directory, I just simply put a star, just like here. I'm having nothing here, so I want to just create a directory. d1, here it is, and I'm changing to d1. I'm creating multiple files here. I have 3 files here, we can see this. So I'm going to the parent directory. I want to remove all the 3 files from the directory d. So simply rm d1 and star. So this will remove all the files in directory d. So let me check it. d1, all the files are vanished from here. So this is a simple creating a file and removing a file, creating directory and deleting a non-empty directory. If I want to delete a directory which has some content, so I can simply do it with rm, but I have to do it recursively, just like the files in the file, the directory, in the directory, again a file. So I have to remove all these files and directories. That is simple. Now I'm coming back to the home directory. To clear the screen, we simply use clear command and everything will be cleared from the main screen. Our next command is lscpu. So the ls cpu command shows the architecture and CPU mode. It is 32-bit or 64-bit, endian type, how many CPUs are assigned to us, which is a CPU family, model, and what the processor I'm using here. So it's i5 1.8 gigahertz processor. So these are the things here. So I simply can check my disk, what is, how it is allocated. So I'm unable to see because the permission is denied. So I'm a local user, and all the file permissions which are restricted to a local user are permissible by a root user. So your root user is nothing but basically a user that can access everything in the system. So if I use sudo before this command, so it will ask the password and it will show the partitions here. So we have a Linux partition here, an extended partition, and in the extended partition we have Linux swap. So we have 975 MBs of swap and the 9 GB of storage here. So it's showing here. So the use of sudo command is for to get the permission, just like we just log in as an administrator. So we if I write a sudo command that says super user do, we are telling the super user to do the things for us. So these all are auditable and these are maintained in log files. So log files are somewhere in the system in directory under the slash. So these are some basic commands, and next command will be of vi editor. So we will see this in the next session. uh, Thank you.